Good morning. Thanks for joining us here at Breakfast Television or on Breakfast Television, I should say. And we are at Golden Ears Park in Maple Ridge. This has been a very busy place here this morning, a continuous line of vehicles. And this is a checkpoint here that park staff have set up. And this is for those that have a day pass. You need a day pass in order to come to Golden Ears Park in your vehicle. Golden Ears, one of 6 provincial parks that are now involved in this pilot project that has kicked in today, the government's online reservation program. It's now in place here, and there is some confusion surrounding it. A lot of people are unaware. For those that were able to get a free day pass by going to discovercamping.ca earlier this morning, staff here are placing post-it notes and telling them to put it on their dash. Others are being told to park in the parking lot here and effort trying to get a free pass. If they are unable to do so, and there are a number of parking lots here already sold out, unfortunately for them, they have to leave. Now, earlier we spoke to the operations manager here, and he's just describing just how busy and how overwhelmed they have been here lately. Overcrowding has been an issue.
Well, this year we're experiencing just extraordinary traffic volumes. The past 2 Sundays we've had almost 4,700 cars come up through the gate, and we have parking capacity for just under 1,000 cars. So we're literally being overwhelmed with vehicles. So hopefully the day pass system will cut down the amount of traffic coming in and all the problems that brings to us.
I thought originally that the passes were for the whole park, and I thought that was going to be bad because most people come here to use the beaches, not the trails, and then it stops everybody who wants to use the trails who can't get a pass quick enough. But I don't know, I'm optimistic that it'll be good.
It seems a little bit off that you need to do it first thing in the morning, especially because if I understand correctly, it applies to some of the sites like the Squamish Chief area and Garibaldi, and those are sites that oftentimes for myself, if I'm going to go hike those, we leave the house at 4 a.m. just to get there so we can start at 6. That's a big risk all of a sudden if we have to wait and see at 6 if we can even get a pass.
So Golden Ears, Garibaldi, Mount Seymour, Cypress, Mount Robson, and Squamish Chief Park are the parks where you now need a day pass in order to get in, and you need to wait until 6 o'clock in the morning, day of, to try and get your pass. If you don't have an account on discovercamping.ca, you need to create one. I did it earlier this morning and was able to get my free pass pretty easily. However, I didn't get a confirmation email that indeed I did get that day pass, but I was able to figure it out. There will be some kinks that need to be ironed out here as well, including for those that decide to get a day pass and don't show up, what happens there? So that's something that may need to be figured out moving forward. Golden Ears Park, Mary, extremely busy already.
I see that. Yeah, wow, a lot of people there already, and it's just after 9:30. Thank you so much, Greg. That is Greg Harper reporting at Golden Ears Provincial Park. 9:35 now on BT Vancouver. It's expected to be another scorcher today. Environment Canada has issued another special weather statement for the Lower Mainland. A ridge of high pressure over southern BC will produce the highest temperatures experienced so far this summer over the Lower Mainland, sea to sky, and Vancouver Island. The maximum daytime high will reach the low 30s again today. News 1130's meteorologist Russ Kate says temperatures will begin to cool again midweek. Some rain will help cool the air towards the end of the week. And people venturing out on the trails in North Vancouver are being advised to travel in groups and carry bear spray. As Travis Prasad reports, a young girl was bitten by a bear on a trail at Rice Lake on Friday afternoon, and the area will remain closed for at least several more days.
A leisure walk along a trail turned terrifying for a family here in North Vancouver on Friday afternoon. A violent encounter with a bear sending a young girl to the hospital. It happened near the entrance to Rice Lake, a forested area north of Lynn Canyon. Around 3 p.m., 2 children and an adult were out for a walk.
The family was walking around the lake when the bear approached them. When they tried to chase the bear away, the bear bitten the young 10-year-old girl.
She was bit on her calf and had to be taken away by ambulance. A bystander who saw the encounter unfold managed to chase the animal away. Multiple witnesses described the bear as juvenile, small to medium in size. Authorities are now trying to trap it. People are being asked to stay away from Rice Lake.
The RCMP members responded first on scene. They didn't see the bear. We have 7 conservation officers, specialists on scene right now investigating the incident. And we also closed the trail with Metro Vancouver here. The trail and the park will remain closed until further notice.
Thankfully, the girl is expected to be okay. A cyclist who's been coming here to Rice Lake regularly for years tells me he sees bears on the trail all the time, but he's never seen one get aggressive. In North Vancouver, Travis Prasad, City News.
Vancouver police are asking people to be extra cautious after an increase in thieves using distraction techniques. Investigators say thieves are using several different tactics to steal personal belongings or your ID. Some involve targeting a store where there's only one person working or watching someone enter their PIN code, then stealing the debit card as a second suspect distracts the victim. Seniors are the most common victims and are being warned to be careful.
Our goal is to limit the amount of crimes reported by educating the public, especially those more vulnerable, to be very cautious when approached by strangers when walking, gardening, or even out shopping.
There have been 16 distraction thefts in the Lower Mainland since June 1st. 8 of them happened in Vancouver. The next COVID-19 update for the province is expected this afternoon. Health Minister Adrian Dix has written an opinion piece in the Vancouver Sun appealing to people to renew the fight to stop the spread. Cases have been inching up since restrictions were loosened and businesses began reopening. Both Dr. Bonnie Henry and Health Minister Adrian Dix have said they plan to stick with a strategy of encouraging common sense rather than punishing people who act outside guidelines. On Friday, officials reported 27 new cases, bringing the total to 3,419. More Canadian adults are moving back home with their parents since the start of the pandemic. A new study called Generation Boomerang finds 1.5 million of us have already moved home. The trend is strongest in BC and Ontario, the provinces with the most adult children moving back or thinking about it. An interesting reverse trend also showed up in the survey. Grandparents are increasingly moving in with adult children who may be struggling with childcare as schools and daycare programs become less available. Well, I guess your kids never moved out. They stayed there the whole time. Hey, Russ?
No, but if they try to pull something like that off, they try to give me one of those okay boomer reactions, I'll just say, okay, boomerang, right? Yeah. We give Thor Dykow the credit for that genius bit there. Oh, yeah. I'm putting that one in the pocket for as soon as the boys get lippy with me, you know. But yeah, they're at home right now. Why not?